Caitlin Clark is not my problem. She's not my enemy. She is. And by the way, is a Angel Reese OnlyFans coming up next?
That idiot Angel Reese is trying so hard to latch on to Caitlin Clark by being the heel and then crying about it. You all did this. You all called her a white bitch constantly. You all did this.
In a jaw-dropping moment that has sent shockwaves through the sports world, Caitlin Clark was utterly obliterated by none other than Angel Reese and Aja Wilson.
We watching women's basketball. It's not just because of one person. It's because of me too.
There is nobody interesting in the WNBA past or present except for Caitlin Clark. They've all shown themselves to be sexist, racist, petty, ridiculous.
This explosive clash of titans has sparked an intense debate among fans and analysts alike, leaving everyone wondering what comes next. The WNBA, already under scrutiny, is now faced with a critical moment as they scramble to respond to this fierce rivalry.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all.
As tensions flare and emotions run high, the implications of this confrontation stretch far beyond the court. What does this mean for Clark's standing in the league, and how will it affect her relationship with her peers?
It's killing you that a straight white woman has come into the League of Angry Lesbians and dominated everything.
With the WNBA taking immediate action, the stakes have never been higher. We're diving deep into the drama, exploring the rivalries, the reactions, and the future of women's basketball in this explosive saga that promises to redefine the landscape of the league. Buckle up, because this is a story you won't want to miss.
Angel Reese, she should be able to get by living donation to donation with rent being $2,000 a month.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000.
That video from Angel Reese, that was 100% intentional.
As the competition heats up, it's becoming clear that this isn't just a battle for victory on the court. It's a clash of ideals and a fight for the soul of women's basketball. Will the WNBA embrace a new era, one that celebrates inspiring athletes and fosters a sense of unity among players?
She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it.
Or will it remain mired in controversies that overshadow the sport's incredible talent? As these players vie for dominance, the question looms larger than ever. Who will truly shape the future of the league?
Angry that a white girl has come in and dominated what could not be even approached. Women should just shut up and dribble in the WNBA. The more they talk, the dumber they are. We get dumber when they speak. We get dumber when their media speak.
The spotlight is on, and the stakes have never been higher, revealing the stark contrast between a rising star and those determined to tarnish her shine. Caitlin Clark has captured the attention of the sports world, not just for her impressive skills, but also for the authenticity she brings to the game.
Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA.
From her remarkable performances at the University of Iowa to her status as a household name, she represents the potential of women's basketball to reach new heights. Clark's playing style is a masterclass in confidence and poise, consistently showcasing her ability to read the game, make clutch shots, and energize her teammates.
Those fine people that have been following Caitlin Clark since her days at Iowa, that just really like her, I don't think they necessarily enjoy being painted as racist because they wear a 22 Iowa Hawkeye jersey.
What sets her apart is her genuine connection with fans. Clark engages with them on social media, often sharing her thoughts and experiences, making her relatable and beloved by many.
I think Caitlin Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player, flagrant fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player. Caitlin Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
This grassroots support has helped elevate her to the status of an icon, drawing attention not only to her individual achievements, but also to the women's game as a whole.
I did not think it was possible that one player could come in and basically quadruple the ratings. Caitlin Clark, in terms of pro team sports impact, is the single most influential athlete that I have ever seen in my life.
However, the rise of Caitlin Clark hasn't come without its challenges. The increasing scrutiny from rival players and media is a stark reminder of how competitive the WNBA landscape has become. Angel Reese and Aja Wilson, both formidable athletes, have publicly positioned themselves against Clark, creating a narrative rife with tension.
Asia Wilson thinks that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
I told myself it's not racist for me to like Caitlin Clark's game and to say so publicly. The WNBA's black superstars should thank their lucky stars.
Instead of focusing on the game, their remarks often shift towards personal attacks, casting shadows over their own talents and motivation.
One of the more interesting aspects of this fanhood is that some of the biggest supporters of Caitlin Clark are not whites. They're actually black males.
This shift in focus raises questions about the culture within women's basketball. Are these rivalries healthy competition, or are they detracting from the essence of the sport? As Clark continues to shine, her journey underscores a deeper conversation about respect, rivalry, and what it truly means to be a role model in an evolving league. The impact of her presence is felt far beyond the court, challenging both fans and players to consider the values they uphold in sportsmanship.
You know, for whatever reason, they decide to get themselves involved, whether it is actually malintent or maybe they just want to get themselves in the headline. A lot of players got the spotlight this season because of Caitlin Clark, not to mention just overall, Caitlin Clark brought millions, literally, more eyeballs to the league this season.
As Caitlin Clark's star continues to rise, so does the scrutiny on the WNBA as a whole. The league has seen unprecedented media hype surrounding Clark, but it often overshadows the larger systemic issues plaguing women's professional basketball. The focus on her celebrity status can detract from the reality that the WNBA struggles with financial viability, often highlighted by the complaints of players regarding their salaries and overall treatment within the league.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000.
The disparity in resources between the WNBA and its male counterpart, the NBA, remains glaring. Many WNBA players have voiced concerns about their inability to earn a living wage comparable to male athletes.
Our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000.
While players like Clark generate excitement and draw crowds, the league still grapples with a lack of adequate marketing and sponsorship support, which stifles its growth potential. The paradox lies in the fact that while Clark's popularity brings attention to the game, it also magnifies the deficiencies in the league's infrastructure that fail to capitalize on this momentum. This contradiction is at the heart of a critical discussion.
Caitlin didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening. And that, I think, is what's been such a shock for all of us, that other people are surprised by this. We've been trying to tell you. And once again, for so long, as a player, I would almost joke. I'd be like, I would have loved to have shut up and dribble. In so many ways, I would have loved to have been valued as a basketball player. I would have been loved to have been spoken about just for my play. I think everybody in the league can say that. But nobody ever let us do that.
Can one player's success truly propel the entire league forward? The media's relentless focus on individual athletes, rather than the collective needs of the WNBA, risks creating a skewed narrative where the success of one becomes the scapegoat for the shortcomings of many. As the spotlight shines brighter on Clark, it begs the question, will the league leverage her influence to advocate for change, or will it remain mired in its outdated practices? Furthermore, Clark's rising stardom places her in a precarious position. The burden of representation can be overwhelming. She finds herself not only playing for her own success, but also for the recognition of an entire generation of female athletes. This duality amplifies the pressure on her to perform at an elite level consistently. As fans rally around her, the expectations grow, creating an environment where a single misstep could lead to criticism that overshadows her achievements.
She's really looking out for everybody else. And it's so sad that there are so many people that continue to turn a blind eye to that. Knowing how selfless she is, and they still want to say, Caitlin Clark, you know, she's not the reason. Let's give other players their flowers. No, Caitlin Clark is the reason.
Ultimately, Clark's journey reflects a broader narrative about the state of women's sports, one that is ripe with potential but hindered by systemic barriers. The challenge ahead is not merely about individual accolades, it's about paving a path for future generations, ensuring that their efforts are met with the respect and recognition they deserve. The tension between media hype and the reality of the WNBA's financial struggles paints a complex picture for the league's future. Despite the excitement that players like Caitlin Clark bring, the WNBA's profitability remains in question. With media coverage focusing heavily on individual performances and celebrity narratives, it risks diverting attention from the league's need for sustainable growth strategies. Recent reports highlight the significant challenges the WNBA faces in attracting long-term investment. While the league enjoys spikes in viewership during standout moments, such as Clark's thrilling performances, these surges don't always translate into consistent fan engagement or revenue generation. Teams often struggle to fill arenas, and sponsorship deals lag behind those in the NBA, limiting the resources available to elevate the league and its players.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, a team that last year was in the very bottom, which is why they were able to draft her first, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year.
The WNBA's future hinges on its ability to navigate the intricate balance between star power and sustainable growth. While Caitlin Clark undoubtedly shines as a beacon of talent and excitement, the league must recognize that true progress requires a robust infrastructure that supports all players and nurtures a loyal fan base. The path forward demands strategic investments, equitable marketing efforts, and a collective vision that prioritizes long-term success over short-term thrills. As the landscape of women's sports continues to evolve, the WNBA has a unique opportunity to redefine its narrative by harnessing the momentum generated by standout players and channeling it into a cohesive league identity. The WNBA can create a legacy that transcends individual achievements. Fans are eager for a league that reflects their passion and commitment, and it's time for the WNBA to respond to that call with urgency and purpose.
Somebody coming along and elevating the sports shine ultimately benefits you.
In this pivotal moment, every decision matters. The league must prioritize the health of its ecosystem, ensuring that every player, team, and fan feels valued and included. If the WNBA can rise to this challenge, it won't just survive, it will thrive, inspiring the next generation of athletes and solidifying its place in the world of sports. The question remains, will the league embrace this opportunity, or will it falter under the weight of its own expectations? The time to act is now, and the stakes couldn't be higher.